أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين لإيلاف قريش إيلافهم رحلة الشتاء والصيف فليعبدوا رب هذا البلد الذي أطعمهم من جوع وأمانهم من خوف أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد صدق الله عظيم. Blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the heathen, and sitteth in the seat that is can't follow. But his delight is in the law of the Lord, and in this law I see it sunrise and sundown. Him I go there like a tree planted by the rivers of water that bringeth forth fruit in the season. Him live never I go wither, and whatsoever him do shall prosper. Yea! The heathen them now they saw them there like a chaff which the wind driveth away. Therefore the heathen them never go turn upon judgment or see them and them in the congregation of the righteous, for the Lord God Jah loveth the way of the righteous and the way of the see them and them always and always. I go perish. Let the people of the Most High God say, Yo! Kadamawe grumabe la exact beer tanaista lina bashante shante 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 Kadamawe grumabe la How mauso bolisa Adanu water, ewo asikle afo. Oh, mauso bolisa, akpe, kaka, akpe. This is the Black Pot, aka Kukushonemo, where we speak truth to power. And my name, Blakk RASTA. In every traditional African home, there is a black pot, and each time this black pot sits on the fire, there is something super sumptuous cooking. Ingredients of so many different shapes, sizes, colors, aromas, and even flavors. Abandon all their differences and bury that aside and relocate into the black pot so they can be subjected to some amount of heating to produce food. Very, very interestingly, the food does not even benefit the black pot, neither does it benefit the ingredients in that sense, because the food is eaten by us, not by the black pot and not by the ingredients. Yet every time this collaborative effort between the black pot and the ingredients would continue. That is this selflessness we must all uphold in high esteem. In our society, nobody wants to do something that will outlive him. We all want to sow now, harvest now, eat now, die now, be buried and be forgotten. Nobody is ready to do anything that will outlive him, something that will stand the test of time. We are not planting trees anymore, all because we believe that these trees, we will not be able to live long enough to benefit from their fruits and also their shades. Oh God, for that matter, we prefer to plant onions, tomatoes, and even groundnuts, or what you call peanuts in America. We must be that Joshua generation, the generation that plants trees. That is that generation that is what? Generational thinking. Now we must look at the people who will come after us when we plant those trees. Certainly, even if we don't benefit from the fruits and the shades, the people coming after us would. That is why we call this generational thinking. Now, here in the black pot, we are seeking to do only one thing. We don't do politics. What we do is called patriotism. Here in the black pot, we seek only one thing, to rewire the mindset of our people. Once the mindset is correct, every other thing will be correct. Look at how our indigents, our citizens, our brothers and sisters misbehave, all because of the mindset. When you steal from the government, oh, it's okay. After all, the government is some kind of entity that exists somewhere in space. Therefore, when you steal from the government, you are clapped for. You are seen as smart. After all, the government is not your brother. It's not your sister. It's not your son or your daughter, forgetting that you form part of the government. That is what the government say. You sit on the branch and you are cutting the same branch down. You are not being smart. That is what we seek to achieve here in the Black Pot, aka Kukushonomo, where we speak truth to power. And today we have some very interesting stories we need to share with you. But remember, we are supported by ISIT, ISIT, in spirit, in truth. Now, if you're tired of social media's negativity, all the violence, all the racism, all the nudity, all the nakedness, all the ungodly talk, then ISIT is your app. ISIT is the #1 app everybody is talking about. All you need to do is to download this from App Store and Google Play. What does it do? Anything that social media, regular social media does that's positive, it does it. It just eschews all the violence and all the wickedness, all the negativity. So what can you do with ISIT? You can go online and go live. You can make audio and video calls, connect with family and friends, make memories. Oh gosh, you can also do text messaging. At the same time, upload your videos, upload your photos, and make sure that you promote your brand and your business. Meet other people of like minds, positive minds, and your business is growing. Your brand is growing, and it's all for free. Crystal clear. Download the app from App Store and Google Play. And the interesting thing happening on ISIT right now, let me share the secret with you. Mother's Day is here, right? We all know Mother's Day is here. Now, ISIT is giving you $150 each. $150. You know, ISIT was modeled by Ghanaians in America. The engineers are so powerful, support black businesses. No two ways about that. Now, this Mother's Day, all you need to do is to log on to ISIT, and then on your timeline, just write why your mother deserves to be called the best mother in the world. That's all. $150. So you can buy your mother dinner, good dinner. $150. Multiply that by 12. That's how much you get in Ghana cedis. You want it for your mother? Surprise your mother. Surprise your mother. Log on to ISIT right now. Download the app from App Store. And of course, Google Play. And when you are on, just go on your timeline and write. The engineers are watching. We have powerful algorithms that will see whoever is posting what. We will choose the best, and then we will send you $150 each. I think I have to be part of this myself. Yes, we all here will be part of it. This is the Black Pot, aka Kukushunomo, where we speak truth to power. And of course, we are called the Black Empire Media. Yes, log on to YouTube, and our YouTube channel is Black Empire Media. Black is spelled BLAKKO. Subscribe and click on the notification button so that anytime we come live, you'll be the first person to see us, as you see over there, Black Empire Media, YouTube. We are also on all other social media platforms where we promote nothing but positivity. This is the Black Pot, aka Kukushunomo, where we speak truth to power. First story. Watch what is coming. It says British Airways flexes muscles on Ghana. You know British Airways? Do we all know British Airways? That's British Airways. It's worked in this country for about 50 years and more. From the last time we checked, British Airways has never done any humanitarian activity in Ghana, what we call the social responsibility. According to the Minister of Aviation at that time, Mrs. Dapa, she told us point blank, and it's not hidden, that the place that British Airways gives to the people of Ghana, from the UK to Ghana, they are all full of cockroaches and bed bugs. So it looks like British Airways has no respect for Ghanaians. But there must be a problem to make British Airways look down on Ghanaians like that. That's if British Airways is actually doing that. Number one, your planes to Ghana are full of bed bugs and cockroaches. These were the words she used. Two, British Airways will make sure that Ghanaian passengers will walk several distances, several miles, will go several journeys in order to arrive at the terminal that will pick them finally onto the plane and bring them to Ghana. And again, they charge Ghanaians more. So the minister at the time, Mrs. Dapa, Minister of Aviation, came out and vehemently attacked British Airways and threatened that Ghana might break away from the collaboration with British Airways. Well, nothing came out of that. It looked like they changed. We were even told that they were given rickety planes. You know what it means to say rickety? In her own words, omu plane no, we better quick. And it's true. I sat in British Airways when I was returning from England a couple of years ago. And he had this double decker. You know, the plane that has people up and some down there, like they call it the double decker. Oh my God. And when the plane was about to take off, I had to start writing my will. Because I was so scared. Quick. When it was taking off, the wings were like they were going to break. Oh my God. And when it finally took off, to make it worse, and listen to this, there were a lot of Ghanaians on the flight. And even Chachuchi Kata was on the plane, but he was in the business class. I went to him. We spoke a little bit. He said some nice things to me. And I moved to my economy class. Oh my God. From that day, I vowed that next time I'm traveling, I may have to go by business class. There was this man who sat by me every second point, releasing gases, different kinds of gases. And this guy would always ask the air hostess to bring him more alcohol to drink and more food. Till the air hostesses were all angry. The behavior of Ghanaians on the plane. Before the plane took off, hey Kwame, me bow, my British Airways, and to me ba, akukono, mufanya akukono mami me ba, loud. It looked like it was a curse. It looked like it was a marketplace. I have flown around the world. I have seen different passengers on different planes. And they behave like people who have brains, not our Ghanaians returning to Ghana. If Ghanaians are flying out of Ghana, it looks like it's a different kind of vibe. But when they are returning to Ghana, we behave like something else. So much noise. The air hostess had to try and talk to one or two people. There's so much noise. Let's bring down the noise. People were just requesting for food as if they were in the business class. You are entitled to one drink. If there is extra, they could bring you one. But this guy who was by me and was releasing gases of all types, oh my God, he made sure he was drunk. And when the plane took off, within 10 minutes, he was asleep and more gases were being released. You think next time, I would like to fly in a plane like this. But why are we telling this story today? Watch it. Watch it. Ghanaian passengers petition for a reduction in British Airways fares. Jesus have mercy. Hey, come here. Watch me. Hey, watch me. He says what? He says, passengers of British Airways, BA, are mounting pressure on the airline to reduce its fares by signing an online petition. The petition published on charge.com already has 1,035 signatories as of 1:17 local time on Monday, the 8th day of May 2023. The petition was started by one Esther Lulu, who said Ghanaians are being charged excessive fees during peak times to fly to Ghana from the United Kingdom. This is an unfair economic tax on the Ghanaians. Please sign the petition to highlight awareness and support us to get British Airways to lower the fares to Ghana, Lulu said. The passengers complain that per their destination, a 6.5-hour economy flight, Ghanaians are being charged the same average price as flying 24 to 26 hours to Sydney, Australia. Dash! So what? The Australians, do they fart and do they release gases when they are on BA? Do they demand unnecessarily on the passengers and also on the air hostesses? The Australians, when they are flying to Sydney, do they behave cultured or they also make noise as if they were at Makola Market? Hey, the way you lay your bed is the same way you lie on it. Come here! You see, when people are making some of these things, you see the argument that, oh, when you are flying 24 hours to 26 hours to Sydney in Australia, they charge you the same fare as flying only 6 hours from England to Ghana. So for that matter, they are being cheated. What kind of mathematics is that? There's something we call demand and supply. Demand and supply. Listen, Ceteris paribus. If there is more demand for a certain product, the price, right? But if there is no demand, all other things remaining equal, prices will what? Go down. If everybody is going to the market to buy Alata Samina, today they are buying it for 2 Ghana cedis. If people start rushing and buying more, you think it's going to remain 2 Ghana cedis for the next 1 month? No, prices would increase. After all, there's the demand for it. But if people are not buying Alata Samina, what happens? The price will descend. That's what is happening with BA, British Airways. Number 1, people are flying almost every time. Are they going to Sydney or they are going to Accra? Which is which? Now, if the demand is high, people have to fly left, right, and center. They are going left, right, and center, left, right, and center. Prices would go high. You are running between Ghana and England. Left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right. Certainly, the demand is high. So the price would have to what? Go up. Now, if only 1 or 2 people fly to Sydney, all other things remaining equal, their prices are going to come low to encourage more people to fly. Common economics. True. True. But when it comes to aviation, sometimes it does not necessarily work like that. The places people are flying to, every now and then, sometimes will have low fees to encourage more people to go there, depending on the distance. But in this case, British Airways is just making it simple. Accra to Ghana is a very hot route, and therefore many passengers are ready to pay to fly. So you increase the price, all other things remaining equal. My brother, let me tell you something. Until we change our attitudes, everywhere we go with the bush Ghana behavior, we will be treated the way British Airways has been treating us all these years. They give us cockroach and bedbug infested planes, rickety planes. How many air hostesses would even turn down the job to be on a plane that goes to Ghana? From what I saw, if I was that air hostess, I'm sure next time I will say that, no, I don't want to go on that route. Demands. People intentionally will not eat from home. They will come and sit in the British Airways and they want to have a party. You bring them a plate of food. Each passenger is entitled to 1 plate of food. When the food comes, they are calling the air hostess again After munching it so quickly, can you bring me another plate, please? And then out of respect and courtesy, they go in and bring another plate. As the plate is arriving, 4 other people at the back are also calling for more plates. Air hostess finally says, well, we've run out of food. We're sorry. We're really sorry. Everybody's entitled to 1 plate of food and blah, 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 blah. Listen. And when it comes to serving the drinks, everybody wants more. I've sat in planes to different countries. They don't normally do that. Why is it so with Ghana and Nigeria? Especially Ghana. The more we keep demanding like this, prices are going to rise. We have to be careful. It doesn't have to be planes alone. We have to also open our ears and make sure that we look at other things and make our behavior direct us to the right source. Come here. Listen. Until we behave in a cultured way, prices like this will continue to go high because nobody is interested in serving us. It is too demanding to serve us. How many people think I'm making sense? From when Mrs. Dapa said that Ghana Airways was giving us rickety planes that were infested with cockroaches and bed bugs, I had to sit back and ask myself why. The answer was not far-fetched. Ghanaian passengers are too exacting. They worry. Until we deal with this, forget it. Nobody is going to be ready to serve us with an open heart. Prices are going to rise for us, even though we are flying shorter distances and flying to Sydney, where nobody would disturb the air hostess. Nobody would worry the plane. Nobody would make so much noise in the plane. It is smooth. Everybody will want to fly that route. This is the Blakk Pot, aka Kukushonomo, where we speak truth to power. And of course, next story. What does the next story say? Watch it. It says, homegrown thieves robbing Ghana dry. Wow. So we have thieves in Ghana, especially politicians. Everybody is looking for a way of stealing from Ghana. Come here. Now, when politicians get into power, the first thing they think about is, who were those who contributed money to put us in power? How can we pay them back? Listen, that's the first thing they think about. They are not thinking about satisfying the Ghanaian voter first. They are not thinking about putting Ghana first. No. Those who financed our campaign, how can we support them? So they put square pegs in round holes. In other words, people who are not qualified, they put them in serious positions, very key positions, by virtue of the fact that they supported their campaign. Number 2, how are they going to pay some other people back in terms of cash that they borrowed? It leads a lot of these politicians into stealing, into corruption. Leave politicians out of this. A lot of business people sponsor politicians' campaigns. So when they get into power, they have to satisfy these business people. How do they make the money? Sometimes they help them to be corrupt. They make them steal from the nation. At the end of the day, they are stealing from you, and they are stealing from me too. When you keep quiet and I keep quiet, our future is being stolen away from us. I don't know how many people understand this, but watch this story. Who knows this man? Who knows this man? William Atu-Essien, that's his name, pays 4 million Ghana cedis to state as Attorney General read this motion for conviction. And that's a report. Look at the face of this man well. Founder of defunct Capital Bank, William Atu-Essien. That's his name. Nicely dressed. When you sit in a trotro with this man, you will even be shocked because trotro is not his place. He's supposed to be flying in a private jet. These are the people, the way they dress. They are in a certain class where everybody sees them to be the bourgeoisies, right? William Atu Essien, Chief Executive Officer of the defunct Capital Bank, has taken steps to avoid a custodial sentence over failure to pay a 20 million Ghana cedi debt to the state per agreed timelines following a plea bargain agreement. Hey. The Daily Guide newspaper reports on its front page on May 11, 2023, that ACN has made a payment of 4 million Ghana cedis to the state. Listen, to the state. The amount is 20% of the agreed sum. The Attorney General a week ago filed a motion praying an Accra High Court to impose a custodial sentence on ACN for failing to pay 20 million Ghana cedis to the state. The court fixed May 11, 2023 for the Attorney General to move the motion. But the payment means ACN would likely escape jail for the time being. The former banker was in December 2023 ordered by an Accra High Court, presided over by Justice Eric Chebafor, to pay 20 million Ghana cedis to the state by April 28, 2023. ACN narrowly escaped a custodial sentence after his lawyers had agreed with the Office of the Attorney General to pay 60 million Ghana cedis in 3 installments. He had earlier paid 30 million Ghana cedis out of the 90 million while the trial was ongoing. The Attorney General's move was occasioned by the fact that ACN's deadline to remit 20 million Ghana cedis to the state by April 28 had elapsed with no evidence of him having done so. The Attorney General had written to the Controller and the Accountant General to find out if ACN had made any payment following the court order. Response from the Controller and Accountant General showed that ACN had not made any payment. Dash! Watch me. Hear this. You see, why is ACN paying all this money, 90 million to the Republic of Ghana? It's because he had a bank known as the Capital Bank. The bank went defunct. Now the bank had some amount of money before it was liquidated. And this money, we were told, just like all the other banks, they would have to leave some amount of money in there. It's going to be liquidated, and the government will look at how much you have in there and try to top it up at the time of liquidation or closure, so that the government can move on with the business of banking. I don't know how many people understand this. I'm going to take it again. Now, when a bank is running low on capital, on money that is using to do business, the government will come in and look at the books and see who is making money and who is making losses, and project into the future that from the way this bank is going, it is going to default in paying the people who are doing business with this bank. For that matter, the government will step in and put a hand on all the money that is left there so that the bank will be liquidated. They will add some money there and try to run the business so that people will not lose their capital. So in the case of Atu Essien, they realized that the bank was not doing well and they had to come in and take over the bank. He quickly went back and withdrew all the money. Do you get it? The money that was supposed to be there, so the government would be able to come in and deal with the issue. We were told that he went behind, having heard that, oh, they are going to liquidate the bank. Quickly, he took all the money and papa, so that the government can, oh, we ran at a loss. There was nothing. If at the time we were going, there was nothing. That's it. I don't know how many people are understanding what I'm saying. Come here, let's make it clearer. Now hear me. It's like there is some information that you have contraband goods in your house. And the police got this information. They are now coming to make sure that the contraband is there. As part of their investigations, you get wind of the thing and take everything out. Again, another example. Imagine that you have a house. You are doing business in the house. People are giving you their money so that you do business with their money and pay them back. Now they realize that the business is not doing too good. And if they let you continue, you are going to default in paying the people who you are doing business with. So they look around and say, okay, how much money does he have? He has about 20 million, but he owes about 25 million. If we leave him like that, he's going to default. So they come in without your knowledge, liquidate it with the information that they have, the evidence, so that from the 20 million that you have left, they could add another 5 million and try to pay off the people. But you got information that, oh, they are coming to liquidate your business. So you carried all the 20 million or a big chunk of it, and then you are running away. When the people come, you show them that, oh, this is what it is. So I don't have that much. I don't know if it makes sense. It's a scenario like that. So when the government went into it, he said, you cannot be that smart. Pay back this amount of money. It's the money of Ghana. Atu Asian said he didn't have money. He said he ran the business and it went down. So he didn't have money. So you have to cough the money. At the time that the liquidation was going to happen, this was the amount of money you had left. You were supposed to have this amount of money. How come you run below this? The bankers will explain that better. So this is the money he's supposed to pay. This is stealing from the people of Ghana. He's a thief. If he doesn't pay this money, this is thievery. It's the same thing Wayome did. Connived with politicians and stole from the people of Ghana. And the courts came out and said it point blank that the guy was a thief and he had to return the money. My brother, if you steal from me and I catch you and you say you are paying back, does not mean that you are not a thief anymore. You are a thief. You stole, I caught you. Now you are paying back. Because you are paying back, you are not a thief. No, you are a thief. These are the people who are running down the country. These are the people who are making sure that the country doesn't move forward. These are the people who believe that when they steal from the people of Ghana, it's okay. You see them dressed in coat and tie, as if everything is okay. But they are worse than Atai, who is in jail. You see a lot of these people, they speak the Shakespearean English that you were taught in school several years ago. They speak the Queen's English, Elizabethan English. But inside their hearts, they have Atai sitting there on his throne. They are thieves. Until we get rid of all these homegrown thieves, the foreign thieves would increase. It is the homegrown thief that encourages the foreign-grown thieves to come and collaborate and steal from us. I don't know who I'm talking to. I don't know. When I was growing up, a thief could sell business to another thief. You know what? A thief will be following a man to steal from. The man is getting on a bus. He realizes that he will not be able to follow this man. So he finds another thief and says, okay, I'm going to give you business, but you need to give me this. This man going there has this amount of money. He's carrying this here and there and there. And then they transfer. He goes back. And then the next thief follows this person and gets the booty. This is what is happening. Homegrown thieves are encouraging foreign-grown thieves to come and rob us. Imperialism. Look at Galamsey. How did China know that there was gold at Dencherabwase? Why? How did they know? It's the homegrown idiots who are bringing all these people in and directing them to where they can find gold. Until this attitude, until this mentality is uprooted, We have no future. And stop giving too much respect to people who wear coat and tie. A lot of them are thieves. Respect those who wear African wear. At least they are paying money via the buying of these African prints to the nation. The textile industry is growing. Those who wear the suit and all that, they are paying money to Italy. They are paying money to Germany. They are paying money to America, like the president is doing. All these people don't have a good mind for Ghana. They are terrorists to our economy. To God be the glory. Dash. When we return, we have more. Hey! Wayo! This is the Black Pot, aka Kuku Shodom, where we speak truth to power. Come here, my lord. Come here. Next thing, a thief believes that every other person steals. So they have to steal more and outsteal you. That mentality must be eradicated. Nigeria, responsible for Ghana's Dumsor. My God. Hey. But Nigeria itself is the king of Dumsor in the whole Ghana. The whole world. There's no country that has this erratic power supply than Nigeria. NEPA. In Nigeria, generators are making noise all over the place, all over, because of wicked politicians. Fire will burn all of you dirty politicians. Nigeria is one of the worst countries in the world in terms of politicians. They are so corrupt and so feeble-minded, wicked people, these politicians. Such a beautiful country. Nice, wonderful people. Very powerful culture. Yet the politicians are worse than demons. You know what it is? Nigeria is one of the biggest countries in the world when it comes to crude oil production. Nigeria produces gas as if it was crazy. There is no reason on earth why Nigeria should not have 25 hours a day of electricity. But wicked, dirty politicians. There's a dirty politician in Nigeria whose business is to import and sell to his own people generators. So he will make sure that there is erratic power supply so that Nigeria can sell gas and sell crude oil that they should have used to provide electricity for their people. Why on earth will Nigeria have erratic power supply when it has all the crude oil, when it has all the gas? This is what we use for electricity. Yet in Nigeria, I remember a couple of years back when I was in Lagos, Surulere, I remember, with Raskimono. They had this huge generator. Such a beautiful country. And they would know when the power will go off in a day. If they had up to 4 hours of power supply, then it was a miracle. In a day. How can I live in a country like that? Because of wicked, dirty politicians. You have the power to plant everything in Nigeria, yet you import everything into that country. Why are you making us so useless? Why are you making God angry with us? Yet Nigeria is one of the most religious countries in the world, yet the most corrupt if not one of the most corrupt. Why? Politicians. If Nigeria is that corrupt, why is Ghana depending on Nigeria for gas to fight Dumsor? Can you believe a country that does not give good electricity to its people is rather selling electricity to another country? Hey, how can you sell what you don't have? It's surprising. We see Nigerian politicians who hoard a lot of money, yet they see people dying on the streets all because of their corruption and they don't care. I've never seen so insensitive people like Nigerian politicians. Ghanaian politicians are demons too, but Nigerian politicians are the great grandfathers of demons. So wicked. Look at the other day, Ike Ekweremadu, a Nigerian senator, went on the street and picked an innocent boy and took him to Obodo Yibo to harvest his liver for his daughter. And when they were going to lock him up, Nigerian politicians, dirty as they are, came out begging for a less sentence for such a dangerous guy. Where are we going with this kind of behavior? But today, look, gas supply challenge from Nigeria, cause of recent Dumsor. And Gridco is shamelessly saying this. Gridco. They said we are the backbone to power delivery. That's Gridco. Power supply in Ghana is not that bad as compared to Nigeria with its dirty politics. When you live in Ghana, in fact, you live in one of the model states where you get good electricity. In the days of Mahama, we had Dumsor, which sent a lot of people out of this country. Thankfully, before his tenure of office rounded up, they were able to sort the Dumsor issue up. But that was not enough to save him from being kicked out of power. We brought Nana Akufo-Addo. He continued with the same old trend. And electricity at least came to a certain point. But he became a symbol of failure for Ghanaians because he talks too much and he cannot do much. Africa without aid, he's going around begging. China and all over. Why do you beg when you are sitting on gold? You told us before you became president that we have so much wealth in Ghana, but we don't know. Therefore, people like them would have to open our eyes to the wealth so we can be a better nation. Is the wealth going to beg in China? Such dirty politicians. The Ghana Grid Company, Gridco, has attributed the power outages that some Ghanaians experienced earlier this week to a gas supply challenge from Nigeria. The corporate communications manager of Gridco, Jifa Bampo, in an interview with City News, explained that the gas supply challenge led to the inability of the generating plants to operate well. She stated that her outfit has put in some effort to purchase more fuel oils so that the plants that cannot operate will now operate. Is that what they're trying to say? We had a gas supply challenge from Nigeria that has been the fundamental reason, and it has led to a multiplier effect, meaning our generating plants which use gas cannot operate fully, she said. On Monday and Wednesday, we had challenges getting a full capacity of power supply, and that is why there has been intermittent power supply. We apologize to Ghanaians for it because ultimately, if there's going to be any shortage, even if it's for a day, we are obliged to inform Ghanaians. That is what we are doing at this time. Efforts are being made to purchase more fuel oils so that the plants that cannot operate because there's no gas can operate with fuel oils. The corporate communications manager of Gridco noted. Dash! Jifa Bampo was my colleague at Multimedia. Very nice personality. I love her. Very soft-spoken. One of the best journalists, female, that I ever encountered. I love her right in this country. But Jifa, if this is the kind of communication they are going to push you to be engaged in, you're going to soil your name and destroy your hard-earned reputation. What joke is that? At Triabo Gas, what's happening there? I was there last month at Triabo. They produce so much gas. So much gas that is even too much for Ghana. Why do you need gas from Nigeria? Is it because of incompetence? I can't understand why Ghana would need gas from Nigeria. Again, I can't understand why Nigeria should even give gas to anybody when Nigerians need it. The darkest country in the world is Nigeria. The darkest country in the world is Nigeria. You have all the money. You have all the crude oil. You have all the gas. Yet because of your satanic politicians, the whole of Nigeria is like hell. So dark. If there's anywhere you can call Sodom and Gomorrah, today, that should be Nigeria. So much dark-minded politicians. Very good people in Nigeria. When I enter Nigeria, it's like I'm in heaven. Very good people. Of course, there's 419. Which country doesn't have 419? But the dirty-minded politicians, even at Seme border, the way Nigerian border guards treat other Nigerians, it's like they're animals. I sit back and I watch them. A Nigerian has come to Ghana, Benin, Togo, and is returning to his own country. You want him to pay you bribes before he enters his own country? And that's what is happening at Seme border. And the Nigerian government has no common sense to go and deal with some of these things. You have no common sense to know that when people are entering your country and they use the borders, the way they are treated, that is the first impression they have about your country. I love Nigeria so much, so when I'm talking about Nigeria, I get so emotional. Nigeria has the capacity to produce food to feed the whole of Africa. Nigeria has the capacity to produce fuel to feed the whole of Africa. But dirty politicians won't let it happen. They will import, including toothpicks, to collapse the local production of agriculture so that one or two men can fill their pockets with money. You hear them say, wallahi, wallahi, yet they are thieves worse than Satan. You hear them speaking in talks. Satan is sodomizing them every night. Ghana is a shame that you went to such a country that is full of political demons to go and ask for gas. I prefer that Nigerians will keep the gas and take care of their country. They need electricity more than us. What is happening at Triabo? What is happening there? Go there and see the amount of gas they produce. How much the government of Ghana has invested in that. I was there. The amount of gas. Oh, Jesus, have mercy. What happened? What happened? Nkrumah built the Akosombo Dam. We had so much energy. We were even giving to some other parts of Africa. So much electricity. Today, we don't depend so much on hydroelectric power. We use our gas. And the gas is a byproduct of what... Don't let me go into the technicalities. That is what it is. It's a shame. I was also caught up in the darkness. Mosquitoes were flying all over. You know? And a lot of other Ghanaians. Those who had malaria because of your carelessness and wickedness, their blood is on your hands. To God be the glory. Hey! Woyo!
Skipper George.
Blackpot. Coco show.
Next story. And we're going to run like a horse. We have a number of stories to look at before we go. U.S. Embassy increases visa charges. Come here, my lord. Come here. Now, before you get a visa to America, you have to go to the American Embassy. It's the dream of so many Ghanaians and Africans to go to America. Because people in those countries have been able to stay loyal to their country, patriotic to their country. They don't do some of the useless things we do to our country. Galamsey, illegal mining, stealing, 419, dirty politicking. And therefore, they have made their country so enviably beautiful. And we all want to go there. What kind of a people are we? We need those leaders who will be able to bring back patriotism, like in the days of Nnamdi Azikiwe, like in the days of Sankara, like in the days of Kwame Nkrumah. We don't need demonic presidents and demonic prime ministers like Mobutu Sese Seko, Kuku Mbendi was a banger. We don't need that. Look how Mobutu Sese Seko turned the country into a circus. A kleptocracy. He was able to introduce to his people. Mobutu Sese Seko, Kuku Mbendu was a banger. Such a powerful African name. Yet he was stealing like the demon. Look at what Sani Abacha did. Thieves all over the place with no respect for common sense of decency. American Embassy. We all want to go there for visas. Now the Americans have increased the price of their visas. New U.S. visa fees unpacking the hike in Ghana cedi and U.S. dollar terms. Data story. Hallelujah. Run the story. The United States recently announced new visa fees, which measure was due to affect 3 main non-immigrant visa applications. The affected visas include the non-petition, blah, 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 boom, 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 boom. In this data story, Ghana Web does a mathematical analysis of the fee hike in dollar, cedi, and percentage terms. We also use relevant visualization to break down the figures relative to the old and revised rates. Dash it away. We are going to break it even smaller here for you. Watch me. Now, there is something called Brexit. England decided to break away from the rest of Europe. England is still interested in the Queen's pound sterling. They add sterling to their pound. We say it's a sterling performance. They say their pound is sterling. Number one. They don't want any country to come and infest their pound, which is sterling. Now there is BRICS. Brazil is in there. Hey, we have South Africa in there. We have Russia in there. We have India in there. We have China in there. Many more African countries are joining to break the American monopoly of the overly weaponization of the American dollar. I don't like using such uncomplimentary terms, you know. The American dollar has been so weaponized. It has sat on the throne of monopoly for so long. It's about time the American dollar experienced a bit of menopause. So BRICS came in to try and initiate that. Kwame Nkrumah tried it, they killed him. Gaddafi decided to walk in the shoes of Kwame Nkrumah to introduce the gold dinar. They finished him. And now countries have come together saying that what must be, and nothing happens before its time. So they are going to bring out a common currency to fight the American monopoly and the overly weaponization of the dollar. So now if you are doing this, they have to find a way of keeping their dollar afloat. Production has to be high. All of you who want to go to America, now you pay more visa fees. They are trying to keep their dollar on a certain pedestal. Your Ghana cedi is deteriorated when it comes to the dollar. So they are upping their game so you can pay more. I don't know how many people understand this. When you pay in the dollar, you are free. But when you pay using the Ghana cedi, you have to pay more money. It is all a strategy to try and keep the dollar afloat. What does America have the world would want to have? They will tie that to the American dollar and keep their dollar afloat. The visa. You want it. You want a visa. Who doesn't want an American visa? Now they would use that and some other things to keep their dollar afloat. This is the reality. Yes, there's a hike. And that hike is coming from the shenanigans happening around the dollar, the BRICS, and so on and so forth. We shall see where it will go. We see some economists say, oh, nothing would happen to the American dollar. Whilst others say, oh, let's wait and see. This is the Blakk Pot. Next story. Watch me. What does it say? Hey, it says what? TAMALE radio attack treated with kids' gloves. This was a radio on Dagbong FM doing a program called Dagbong Pampantua. And he was talking nicely, talking politics. As you can see him here talking, all of a sudden two people entered there. And then you see this other guy trying to pull him. He said, what are you saying? Have you not been warned not to talk about this politician? Why are you talking about him? Now the other guy on his right, look at his hand, it's all painted white. That's Juju. He's ready to deliver a punch. Now, the innocent radio presenter is sitting down there, and you can see that there's no security man there. And he was transmitting live. So these pictures you are seeing were going on Facebook. Now, if you listen to the audio, you see the painted hand. You see that he has rounded it up into a punch. He says that just allow me to punch his mouth and bring out his teeth. You talk and see if your teeth will continue being in your mouth. Now he kept quiet. Now they're saying, don't talk about that politician again. And that's ABA Husseini. Now they're going out. Radio presenter now heaves a sigh of relief. And he says, hey, let's go out and fight if you guys think you are strong. Now look at another person who is lurking on the far left. He is also trying to come in, but he's scared. He can't even make a phone call and call the security. He's also walked out. Hey, now the police have been able to grab the two guys. And look at what is happening to them. Look at this guy. Look at these two guys. Idris Uhadi alias Parza and his accomplice Mumuni Osman were convicted on the charges of conspiracy to commit crime, assault, unlawful entry, and threats of death. And the graphic reported it. And look at the first paragraph there. You'll be shocked. The two persons who attacked a radio presenter in Tamale have been convicted and fined 3,600 as peanuts, chicken change. Imagine they had shot and killed him. Imagine they had beaten and killed him. To serve as a deterrent, I don't think this is enough. 3,600 for the two of them, even for one person, is not enough. It is not deterring enough. It's not a deterrent enough. Hey, to walk into a live radio show and stop the radio presenter from doing his duties, threatening to kill him if he continued. My brother, we are not in the animal kingdom. Where was the security at the time? If we let these things go like this, many more people will do it. After all, it is just 3,600. It's nothing. A politician can pay 10 people to go and visit people with harm who are saying bad things about them on radio. And if this is how much they are going to pay, I'm afraid this is nothing. It's chicken change. Dash it. But thanks to the police, you've done a good job. ABA Fuseni has been quiet on this issue. These are his supporters. He's a man that I respect and I love. I don't know why he's been quiet about this issue. I expected him to deal with this better. Condemn this thing. Well, if he's condemned it and I haven't heard it, well, my apologies. Final story and we are done. What does the last story say? Watch it. It says, foreign kitchens must be avoided at all cost. We don't produce vaccines in this country. All the vaccines are coming from outside. They are cooked in foreign kitchens for us. Can we trust these vaccines? Now, we have one that has been opened in Ghana. Now, it's a different thing opening it in Ghana and bringing foreign people, foreign cooks to still come and cook it. Yes, we now know the kitchen, but we do not know the chefs. I'm speaking in parables. Reduce Ghana's reliance on external vaccines. President Akufo-Addo to National Vaccine Board. That makes sense. But are you going to empower them to do this? President Nana Addo Dankwa has charged the newly inaugurated board of the National Vaccine Institute for the crucial task of prioritizing Ghana's self-sufficiency and reducing the nation's reliance on external sources for critical vaccines. It's true. We need to make our own medicines. We have good enough scientists to do that. But we are importing everything. Coronavirus came. There was a huge talk about the source of the vaccine. Some said it contained placentas of dead dogs and goats and placentas of human. Oh, Jesus, have mercy. If we cooked our own food, then we would know what ingredients we put in there. I hope what the president said, we will take that serious and cook our own food, or else we are doomed for life. Well, my name is Blakk RASTA, and thanks so much to ISIT. ISIT is ISIT, and it simply means in spirit, in truth. Now they are running a Mother's Day promotion, which is very simple. ISIT is an app, just like any other social media platform, but this one is different because there's no negativity. Hey, connect with family and friends, upload your videos, and also upload your pictures. Download this from App Store and also from Google Play, and you are on. Sell yourself, promote your business for free. Yes, you can go live, you can make video calls and audio calls. Now this year's Mother's Day is special. If you are on ISIT, all you need to do, post on your timeline why you think your mother is the best mother. That's all. You will get 150 American dollars for free. Go and buy dinner for your mother. Are you on ISIT? I am on ISIT. And I'm also going to write. And I'm sure that ISIT will find me, because I'm going to post a very beautiful one. Are you going to post on your timeline? Jeff says he's going to do it. Lenche says he will do it. Kwame Tria said he will also do it. So we want to see what you are going to put out there. This is the Blakk Pot, aka Kukushodomo, where we speak truth to power. And remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's called Blakk Empire Media. Blakk is spelled B-L-A-K-K. Yes, B-L-A-K-K. And click on the notification button so when we come out, you'll be the first to see us. My name is Blakk RASTA. We are waiting for you to do business with us. In the interim, love and respect. It's been the Blakk Pot. Hey! Wayo!